Hi, my name is Rudy Janssen, and I want to share with you two fundamental concepts in marketing that a lot of business owners and accountants in practice completely miss out on. And when we finish this few slides and in a couple of minutes, you look back and you're going to say, well, Rudy, that is so obvious. And yes, it is obvious when you know it, but not so obvious when you don't know it. So as accountants, we often look at marketing and it's just, oh, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. So here is what I call one of the secrets to marketing. It's a little formula statistic that I designed myself. And like most statistics, it's probably false or wrong. But bear with me. Here's the concept. 10 equals 1, 4, 5. So what am I referring to here? I'm making a statement and I'm saying when you have 10 prospects, or when you walk into a room, you're networking, and you meet 10 people who are prospects, I'm saying that one of those 10 has right now had enough of his or her current accountant and wants to speak to you and most likely want to buy from you. So they're a hot lead. I'm also saying 4 might buy from you one day, but they're not ready right now. And then in that room, there are going to be 5 people who are never ever going to buy from you. Doesn't matter what. So most marketing activities or lead generation, most people are focused on the one. Now, when we do telesales, 1 or 2 or 3 leads have been generated. Those are all the people who are hot right now. They want to speak to us today. So there's a lot of activity and chasing after the ones. Even when we go to a networking event, we speak to somebody, yeah, yes, I've had enough of my current accountant, I want to speak to you. So that is great, and a lot of marketing activities or sales generation are focused around the one. But the real key to growing your business, any practice, lies in that 4. The 4 people who are most likely going to buy from you one day, but they're not ready right now. And the key here is to ask yourself, what systems do we have in place in the practice to stay in touch with those people over a period of time, and as a big key, to continually add value to them? In the same way, as an example, right now, I'm teaching you some new stuff. I'm adding value to your world. So in the same way, what systems do we have in place in the practice to continually be adding value to people over a period of time? Because whether it be in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, 12, 24 months' time, at some point, if we've stayed in touch with those people and if we've added value to them, they will entertain a conversation with us. And I don't know what it's like in your practice, but in most business owners that I come across, they're very focused on the 1 out of 10. So I'm chasing the sale right now. And they completely ignore the 4 out of 10. And that is a real massive key. Put the systems in place there, and you can exponentially grow your practice. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, what systems do we have in place to stay in touch and add value to people? So that's one point. And then the second and the last point I want to mention to you today is our top job in marketing is to be the number 1, number 2. This to me is another fundamental rule. Our job is to be the number 1, number 2. What does that mean? Well, right now, every business owner and his dog has an accountant, barring startups and people from foreign countries. Everybody's got an accountant. So right now, there is a number 1 in place. So again, linked to the previous point, Our job is to be the top number 2. And again, we achieve that by constantly adding value to their world, staying in touch, adding value. And if we do that and we build that relationship over time, because at some point, number 1 is going to fall off his or her perch. Now, whether that means the accountant has died, or they sent out the wrong invoice, or they've overcharged me, or they've had another change of staff, or something. There's always 1,000,001 things that could happen. But at some point, number 1 will fall off. And whether that be in 3 months' time, 3 years, or 30 years, at some point it's going to happen. So our top job in marketing is to be the number 1, number 2. And I promise you that if these points I've just mentioned, if you put the systems in place in your practice to help you achieve that, your practice will grow absolutely exponentially. So 2 very simple concepts, very obvious. And I'm guessing right now you're saying, duh, Rudy, that is so obvious. But the question you've got to ask yourself is, do we have these systems in place in the practice? And if not, where can I learn this knowledge? What needs to happen? What do we need to put in place to make it happen? Because when you do this, you'll be amazed by the results. I look forward to connecting with you on the webinar in a couple of days' time. Bye for now.